Hey guys, it's Sim, and this is Wrestling Unlimited. As it's Wednesday, and that means tonight was excuse me. Ooh, that was weird. Like a burp and a hiccup all kind of came at once. Ooh, that was weird. But it's Wednesday, and that means tonight was AEW Dynamite. As far as Dynamite does go, I thought it was an okay show. Wouldn't call it great or anything. I wouldn't call it like really good either. I would say it was very easy to watch, that's for sure. But it was just okay. Like, there was some good stuff on the show. There was some okay stuff on the show. There was just some meh, whatever. So, I mean, it was worth watching, that's for sure. But in the end, I come away and I'm just like, okay, that was an okay 2 hours. So if I'm voting with you guys in the polls, I think I would just go, it was just all right. I would just go, it's just all right. So that's what I would say for this Dynamite. It was just all right. But we had some good stuff, some interesting stuff on the show as well that we'll get into and talk all about, as far as, you know, the title match with Mercedes. Not as good as that Hazuki match that she had in Long Beach, California on, I want to say it was Sunday. FTR said they're bringing a special friend on January 1st, which I'm pretty sure we know who that is. And so much more. Like, I will say right now, Will Osprey and Darby Allin was a really good match. But they're just taking such unnecessary risks that it pulls me out of the match. I know we've seen it so many times. Darby does the coffin drop to the apron. The opponent moves, he splats and whatever. But this one just felt weird and worse than ever, because it felt like his spine, like literally the center of his spine, hit the complete very, very edge of the ring, and then he flopped. And it's just like, bro, I get people think, that's cool, Darby doing these crazy risky moves. People like that. There are people that like that and get, you know, enjoyment out of that. I don't. Seeing Darby almost kill himself and do things that can literally paralyze you pulls me away from the match. Like, it seems like they all both came out fine, but that Styles Clash off the apron to the floor with like no table or anything to ease the fall, that is such a risky move. Because going down like that with the speed and the force that they do, if Darby's head is not pulled back perfectly, he's hurt. And he's got, granted, Osprey stood there for a while to make sure Darby was ready. You could tell. But it's just like the stuff that they were doing in that match, some of the things, and those are the two spots that really stood out to me the most. It pulls me out of that match. It takes my enjoyment where I'm just sitting here going, man, that could have really fucked you up. That could have really messed you up, brother. So it's like, I don't even know how to say it. They know people like that stuff because there are people that like the high risk, dangerous moves. But it doesn't need to be in a way that could literally hurt you. You do things safely, bruh. Come on, bruv, as Will likes to say. And granted, the excuse me, the Styles Clash off the apron ain't gonna hurt Will none, but it could severely damage and hurt Darby if done just slightly off by either man. So that was some of the stuff that's like, I thought this match was gonna be, and I'm not taking anything away from the match. The match was great. These two worked very well together. But if people say that's a 4-star match, I'd have to say 3. Because of those kinds of things, to where seeing wrestlers hurt themselves like that, especially that Darby, it's really the Darby coffin drop. Seeing stuff like that, it pulls me out of the match going, why are you doing such risky stuff? Granted, you know, high risk moves are great. Jeff Hardy doing swantons off top of a ladder, that Cody Cutter in that match with Sammy Guevara, the ladder match where they do the Cody Cutter, great. Do stuff like that we know is safe. When you're doing stuff like this, that is literally on the edge of you could get paralyzed, it's just not for me. It's not for me. But with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you are watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of two different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get one free subscription for all. To all. Excuse me. Whoa. You ever had one of those where it's like it felt like you were going to burp and it started to come up, and then it stops and it goes back down? That was weird. That was weird. Oh, we got the troll back. Big boss. Big boss. The troll says, don't be a coward about Darby risking move. First off, learn proper grammar, you dumb fuck. And second, how's me just saying, I don't like to see the guy do things that can legit paralyze him? How's that being a coward? I want to see wrestlers go out there and have great matches and not have to do those kinds of things. That's the point. Go out there and have a great match where you don't have to risk your body. You don't have to sacrifice yourself. You don't have to go this close to hurting yourself. And again, also, in my opinion, you don't like it, get the fuck out and go watch somebody else. That's all I'm going to have to say. Curvin, nope. I don't have to go to the hospital. It's a genetic thing that just not going to go away. My grandfather had it. My brother's got it. It's a thing. Went to the doctor, and the doctor's kind of just like, yeah, not really much we can do for it. Not really much we can do for it. Anyways. Yeah, call me a coward. Get the fuck out then. That's all I'm going to say. You come in here and you troll all the time. Oh, you lied about this. Oh, you were wrong about that. How about you just get the fuck out? You don't like me? You don't like what I say? Then get the fuck out. I don't even care anymore at this point. You don't like me and my opinions? Well, screw you. Actually, Curvin says, don't be surprised if Dave Meltzer 5-star. Actually, Dave is usually the one more critical than anybody about Darby doing these risky moves like this. Dave is usually the one saying, Darby don't need to be doing these moves. Just like I just said. Maybe not all the swear words like I did. But Dave says it all the time. Darby don't need to be doing all these crazy, risky, putting your, life on the line moves. And I don't know if you subscribe to The Observer and listen to his podcast every week, but you would hear him say it. And that's the thing about Meltzer. Most people don't really get what Meltzer says and likes and doesn't like because they don't listen to his content. They read two lines of a 10-line opinion on a Twitter account that can't write the whole thing because they don't have enough lines anyways. That's the thing. And I'm not trying to stand in for Dave or anything, but it's like Dave will go on and talk for like 2.5, 3 minutes and give an opinion, and a very poignant opinion at that. Someone will then go to Twitter and go, oh, Meltzer said this, and write 3 lines of that 3 minutes with not all of the context, without everything he actually said. And then people go, oh, Dave's wrong here. Dave sounds dumb. Da, da, da. Well, you don't know everything he said. Also, being emotional. I'm not emotional at all. How about you stop being a fucking troll, living behind a little bee, put your real face up on the internet, and be a man, motherfucker. It's very easy for you to talk shit to me and hide yourself. Very easy. Doesn't make you a man. Makes you the fucking coward, you piece of shit. Anyways, that was that over on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know when we post new videos. That way you know we can go live. And that way you know we post to the community tab. Also, remember, if If you want to support the channel in another way, you can do so by becoming a channel member. Even if you do so at just the $1 tier, you can help us out very, very much. $5 tier gets you emotes and emojis that you can use in the live chat and in, the live chat and in the comments. And starting in the new year, we're going to be doing watch-alongs. We're going to be doing some special retro reviews and more for our members here on YouTube and patreon.com/PW Unlimited. Big Boss says, send me the link. Link to what? Link to what, Big Boss? Finally, remember, you can help us out by heading over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. Whether you're buying a new game, whether you're buying an old game, whether you're claiming a free game or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys, use our code PW Unlimited at checkout and you will be supporting us at no extra cost. We got a bunch, and I mean a bunch, of new stuff this month in Fortnite. You may want to get some of it. And if you do, go to the bottom of the store in Fortnite, and it's going to say you have a creator code. And you do. It is PWU NLIMITED. Again, it is PWU NLIMITED. With all of that, remember, again, if you want to get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air, if you're watching on Twitch, donate Twitch bits. And if you're watching on YouTube, you could donate a super chat. As far as Dynamite does go, let me scroll back up to the top of my notes here. So AEW Holiday Bash comes on the air with Excalibur welcoming us to ringside with Tony Schiavone and Matt Menard as we see Jon Moxley and the Death Riders arrive walking backstage. We then cut to Renee Paquette standing by Orange Cassidy and Switchblade Jay White. She asked them what they're focused on tonight in their match with the Death Riders, or are they really more focused on World's End? White said, make no mistake, his focus is on the AEW World title, but knows that he first must do work tonight to get to World's End. So he has to rely on other people he typically would never work with, since he doesn't have the Bang Bang Gang by his side. White will reluctantly rely on Cassidy, but quite really can't say the same about Adam Hangman Page, and said they didn't need him. Page walks in and tells White to shut his mouth, as tonight he wants Mox all to himself. He's like, you guys, you Becker, do whatever. I want Moxley in that ring tonight. Cassidy then puts on his sunglasses and walks off as Page and White are bickering. It's whatever. It's whatever. So backstage comments ahead of their Continental Class. I just skipped the whole thing. Okay, Excalibur runs down the card before we have the intros for the opening match, which is the TBS title match. Anna Jay challenging Mercedes Moné. We see footage of Mercedes' big match from New Japan, where she defended the NJPW Strong Women's title against Hazuki. Haven't seen the full match yet. I watched part of it and I got pulled away. I was watching it earlier before dinner. So I've seen 5 or 6 minutes of the match. What I saw so far was really good. Haven't seen the whole match yet. This match was a good back and forth battle. I thought it was a good TV match. I will say that, a good TV match. Moné faked a handshake early on and instead slapped Jay in the face before cowering into the ropes. Jay bridged out of an early pin attempt, but missed a lariat, allowing Moné to hit the Three Amigos. Moné missed a frog splash, allowing Jay to hit a thrust kick and a flipping neckbreaker for a 2. Another thrust kick in the corner comes as Jay wanted the Iconoclast, but Moné countered into a spinning backstabber for a near fall. There's a charging Meteora from Moné as dueling chants are loud from the crowd. Moné slammed Jay down by her hair and hit another Meteora off the second for a 2. We go to a break as Moné is in control. When we come back, Moné missed a corner charge, and things kind of returned to a standstill for a second, more like a reset. And then Anna Jay did hit a blockbuster for a 2. Jay connects on multiple boots in the corner in the Iconoclasm before planting Moné with a gory bomb, but Moné got the ropes to break the pin. There's a spin kick that connected to the ropes as a hanging neckbreaker followed. Crowd is on fire here as Jay locked on the Queen Slayer. Maybe making some think, oh my God, is Mercedes going to tap? Is Mercedes going to tap? Is that it? Is that it? But not really. Nope. Monet eventually got out of it, actually reversing it into a Monet Maker. Jay repeatedly ran her into the corner. Monet then recovered with a sunset bomb and a double knees in the corner before hitting Monet Maker and picking up the victory. So there we go. Mercedes Monet does get the win. Post-match, Chris Statlander was seen watching, and I go, really? This again? Statlander's going to get another shot or something? No. Can't be. We don't need to see that again. We just saw that. But good match between Mercedes and Anna Jay. I will say that. The two worked very well together. So FTR at their home in North Carolina, recovering from their attacks last weekend by the Death Riders, which, I'm just say it. This Death Rider storyline is really doing nothing for me. It's kind of actually making me less interested in AEW. This whole Death Riders bullshit. I'm just going to say it. And I'm not the only one that said it. I've heard other podcasters say this. Other reporters say this. I've had friends tell me, hey, what's the point of this Death Rider storyline? It started as Moxley wanted to take over the company. Then it started as Moxley wanted people to respect their jobs. Then it started as Moxley just wanted to teach people lessons. Where is this going? I've had that question asked to me so many times. Do you know where this is going? And I'm like, no. Your guess is as good as mine. Because, how do I say it? The, not plan, but goal, I guess you could say, of Moxley keeps fucking changing. It keeps changing. His goal. Again, first it was, we're here to take over. This isn't the company you know, Shivani. We're taking over. And then it was, you got guys that are so complacent in the back. We're going to teach them to respect what they have here. And then it's just, we're going to beat people up. We're going to try and kill people. The ones that do respect their job. Like, I don't get it, understand it. And it's honestly making me less interested in All Elite Wrestling. Stop being a little dick, big boss. You ain't no big boss at all. So I can say whatever I want because it's my opinion and my podcast. Again, you don't like it? Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out, mister. I just made this account on November 15th so I could troll this guy on the internet because I'm a pussy ass bitch. Yeah, I said it. JT says, you think he thought Shane was coming in, but that fell through? I don't think so. Like, what I had always heard about the Shane McMahon thing was there's interest on both sides. If it happens, it happens. And Mox would like to work with him. That's all I ever heard. So, yeah. So they're at their home, or one of their homes. I don't know whose house it is, whether it's Cash's or Dax. I don't know. And they're back in Asheville, North Carolina. And they're talking about, the Death Riders and everything. And while they agree with their methods, they agree with that some folks need to be open to change. However, they refuse to stand by and watch a man possibly poison another. They were left laying on the concrete last Saturday. And Harwood said Doc Samson won't clear them for the rest of the year. For what, 2 more weeks? They won't clear us for the rest of the... So dumb. They won't clear us for the rest of the year. Yet they'll be there on January 1st. On January 1st, they will be cleared. So you're just out for 2-3 weeks. Okay. Like, it's just dumb. They said January 1st, Fight for the Fallen in their hometown of Asheville, North Carolina. Oh, and hey, Death Riders were not coming alone. I think it might be that they're bringing Adam Copeland back with them. I think that's what it's going to be. It's in Asheville. He lives in Asheville. That's his, new adopted hometown-ish. So it's like, what would make the most sense? Oh, you bring in Adam Copeland. I could be wrong. And it's somebody else. I don't know who. But that's the one, especially with the show being in Asheville and all of this, it just makes the most sense. No, Jay, because if I wanted to ban him, I'll just ban him myself. That's what he wants. He wants to be banned. He wants to get under my skin enough to where I ban him. So then he can make another fake account like he's been doing. It's the same fucking person that keeps making fake accounts every time I ban it. So now I'm just not going to ban it and give him the satisfaction of knowing that he thinks he won because he got an account banned. I know how other games work. I know how trolls work. I've been doing this for 9 years. We let these little typers in their mommy's basement with all their pimply acne, fucking pussy ass bitches say what they want to say. I'll berate them on here and be on with it. They want to get banned. They want to get under my skin enough to where they get banned. That's the whole point. And we do have mods. It's just whatever. Anyways, that's the whole goal of theirs. They want to make me so mad that the account that they're typing from gets banned. It's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. Plus, I find enjoyment talking the shit anyways. It's fun for me because I find it funny. Kervin even says it's entertaining. So there we go. There we go. It actually, to be completely honest, it helps me because I've wanted, to get better at just off the cuff, improvising, coming up with new ways to, talk trash to these trolls. And so they troll in, and I'm not telling more trolls to come in, but I'm just saying, hey, they're going to troll. I'm going to get to improvise a little bit more. I'm going to get to just off the cuff, talk the shit. So whatever. It's fine. Their goal is to get banned. So I'm not going to ban them and give them that, what's the word? What did I say? Gratification. I'm not going to give them that gratification of getting the fake account that they just created 1 month ago banned. Don't talk about trolls, though. You know who's a troll in AEW? It's that motherfucking Maxwell Jacob Friedman. So the crowd boos as MJF comes out. He said he doesn't care about opinions from disgusting people in Washington, D.C. Said if he cared about their opinions, he wouldn't have joined AEW. Instead, joining the whack-ass Washington Wizards. Again, troll. He said that did get a Wizard sucks chance because even in DC they hate the Wizards. MJF said if you don't celebrate Hanukkah, the greatest holiday in the world coming up, then Santa isn't real, and he's not sorry for telling people that. This got a Santa chant as MJF wants to bring up a fundraiser he started as he used fake tears and had sad music play. MJF looks in the camera saying, picture this, a small child next to you. He needs food. Imagine it's this baby. And then we get a shot of a jaundiced looking, super skinny Adam Cole on the screen. So he's making fun. And he's like, there's a QR code. Hit the QR code and you can donate now. To order World's End and see me beat this guy. Said if you do that, he can put his malnutritioned yellow child out of his misery. Adam Cole is then shown on the screen, as we said. But then he said, well, I had a meeting with Tony Khan. Cole said he wants to grab the Dynamite Diamond ring and use it before the end of the match. There will be 2 men to make sure that doesn't happen. Matt Taven and Mike Bennett walk in and call MJF a dead man. Cole said, there's one more thing he forgot to say. Is he kicking his ass yet? Cole was shown behind MJF as it was a pre-recorded video to get Max's attention away from, well, him coming up. Cole was then shown, like I said, from behind, and he super kicks MJF. Went for the Panama Sunrise, and MJF bails. Wasn't a bad segment. It was all right. I liked the whole, watch this video, because I'm going to get you from behind when you're not paying attention. MJF's done that before. So, playing your own games against you, it works. We go backstage to Jamie Hayter, who said, you can't fight what you can't see, and calls Julia Hart a coward. Hart turned on Collision last week after Hayter was tired and said it was a sneaky move. Message sent. Hayter then challenges her to a match on January 1st at AEW Dynamite Fight for the Fallen. So not the pay-per-view, but the show right after. I think it's January 1st, right? Yeah, it's January 1st. January 1st. Then commentary starts talking about Kenny Omega's road to recovery, his upcoming match at Wrestle Dynasty, hoping to see him back in AEW very soon. A video package plays highlighting some of Kenny Omega's biggest moments in AEW. Excalibur said that he can't wait to see Omega return to AEW, and this came off like he's coming back soon. Coming back soon. I don't know when, but they're not playing this video if it ain't imminently. Like, maybe... I don't think it's before January 5th. I think he has his first match back at Wrestle Dynasty, but it could be that next show. It could be the 8th, Wednesday the 8th. Because the 5th is a Sunday. Wednesday the 8th, he could be back. Where are they in that night? Let's see. AEW schedule. Let me see. Where are they on January 8th? So the 1st is Asheville. The 8th is Clarksville, Tennessee. Okay. Clarksville, Tennessee. Moving forward, we have Christian Cage and Nick Wayne taking on the team of Hook and Katsuyori Shibata. It was okay. It was just an all right match. Nothing special, to be honest. Wayne and Hook started things off, trading early takedowns until we get a stalemate. Shibata and Cage come in as Cage repeatedly bailed to the ropes before nearly getting a kill switch, but Shibata popped Cage with the shot. Multiple chops lit up Cage, who hightailed it once Hook made the tag. Wayne made the save, but was sent to the outside for his troubles. Cage then went soon after, as Hook and Shibata stood tall with the Patriarchy regrouping. Cage continued to play coward as Wayne was fed to Hook. He got the red rum quickly. Wayne, though, backed him into the ropes as the ref was turned, allowing Cage to wrench Hook's injured hand. Hook at one point made his comeback with an overhead throw on Wayne as he was able to make the hot tag to Shibata, who ran wild. Mother Wayne was losing her mind at ringside at one point, seeing her son get chopped over and over and over again. Shayna Wayne, gotta love her. Gotta love her at ringside doing her thing. She's really coming to her own in this role. In a role where she never was going to be in pro wrestling. Here's the thing. If she was going to be a wrestler, she would have done that years ago. Or be in wrestling, she would have done that years ago with her husband, Buddy Wayne. But now to see her doing this with her son, getting to do this with her boy, is awesome. It's great. At one point, Wayne and Shibata trade big boots and shots until Shibata hit an STO. Cage tried to sneak in with a kill switch, but Shibata hit a DDT. Hook stalked Cage ringside, taking out Sabin in the process. Wayne, at one point back in the ring, hit a high kick on Shibata. He wanted to go for the Wayne's World, but leapt right into a rear naked choke. Shibata wrote that very weird. Wayne fell into a red rum. Shibata hit the PK on Wayne, but Mother Wayne took the ref, allowing Cage to sneak in and hit a kill switch on Shibata, and Nick made the cover for the victory. I wrote that very weird. I don't know why. That's weird. That sentence I wrote that just made no sense. Threw me off, my dyslexic ass. So there we go. Patriarchy do win. And then post-match, Cage and Mother Wayne screamed at Nick to get out of the ring so they can run off. Cool. Just a match. Nothing special. I will say, nothing special. Then we got something a little special. It's a very interesting video of Jericho taking in New York City, basically. We get a video package of the King of New York City in New York City with a ton of wrong facts from Jericho, which was funny. He hits all the tourist spots, Times Square. He sees the folks dressed in costume, Radio City Music Hall, the ice rink, Christmas tree outside of Rockefeller Center, all while carrying the ROH World title. Said he'll be damned if he'll let anyone take his crown. We know this week, this Friday actually, he will be defending that title against Matt Cardona. We then got another video package hyping up the return of Bandido. This time it was more of a highlight reel than one of these old Western videos. And we're told, coming back. Again, wasn't told when, though. Then Mariah May talks about Thunder Rosa and their Tijuana street fight. And don't get me started on this bullshit. Why is Thunder Rosa the number one contender? Why is Thunder Rosa getting a shot at the title? And why is the first match a street fight? It makes no sense at all. Thunder Rosa has had 2 wins since August, both against Harley Cameron. Nothing against Harley Cameron. Harley Cameron's amazing. But it's 2 wins against Harley Cameron, a woman that we're supposed to see as one of the lower level women in the division. In the first match that they have together, Mariah and Thunder, is a street fight. For what reason? You usually build to the stipulation match. You have the regular match that then builds to the stip. Not you start with the stip. It's like if CM Punk and Drew McIntyre would have started with Hell in a Cell. Yeah, no. Anyways, Mariah May asked why Thunder Rosa wanted to become a wrestler while she was a social worker. Was it to make her family proud? A hero is just a dreamer who hasn't realized they're dreaming. May isn't a hero. She spent her entire career looking after herself, which has worked out pretty dang well. If May was here 4 years ago, Rosa wouldn't have even been hired. May accepts the Tijuana street fight and tells Rosa, bring your father. Because I'll like to end 2 generations of the Rosas in one night. May questions if failure runs in the family and says, I won't be bringing my father to World's End. She doesn't want him to see what she does to Thunder Rosa. Good promo. Still have no clue why Thunder Rosa's the number one contender, though. Again, in 4 months, she's had 2 wins, both against Harley Cameron. And one was Harley Cameron as Harley Graham. And yeah, if you're already parodying hologram with Harley Cameron, you've already, to me, killed the hologram gimmick. You killed the hologram gimmick. Now, why should we take hologram seriously if Harley Cameron is now making fun of hologram? I don't know if you guys saw the video, or the not even just the video, but the segment when she made the challenge to Thunder Rosa, where she's like, I am Harley Graham. I don't commute. Thunder Rosa was just, she couldn't even keep it together. She was laughing so hard. She was just like, this is so ridiculous. And like, yeah, it is a whole thing. The whole thing. Coach Giovanni welcomes Ricochet to the ring. This was weird. They talk about his upcoming match this Saturday on Collision with Will Ospreay. Giovanni brings up the change of demeanor recently in his last match, and Ricochet said, yes, but didn't look good on me. Before he could say anything else, out comes the Hurt Syndicate. Ricochet said, they all look good, and collectively, we all look great. Ricochet asked MVP if they saw how he beat Commander and Brody King. Said after tonight, maybe Shelton could have 6 points. Maybe they could face each other in the finals. Ricochet said that Osprey will show him another side of him. We'll show everybody another side of him on Collision. And MVP said, can I see the business card? Ricochet shows it to him. Lashley grabs him by the throat while MVP rips up the business card. Never mind. I was going to say something, but I'll wait till I finish this, because I got to read a Ricochet fucking tweet. So, basically, Ricochet's getting choked out. And MVP says, no one likes an ass kiss, or a kiss ass. The offer's revoked. We don't want you. Ricochet just slowly kind of walks away and leaves the ring. What? Okay, they don't want him. But this fucking dumbass Ricochet. You thought... Let me finish. MVP and Lashley tell Benjamin, good luck in your match against Mortos. It's next. And Ricochet, oh my God, did he look like a goof? Because then later he's like, oh no! That wasn't them kicking me out of the group or telling me I can't be with them. They're for friends. They're just teaching me a lesson. It's tough love. And then I'm going to pull up this Ricochet tweet. Let's pull up this Ricochet tweet on screen. Because it's like, if Ricochet thought he was going to look... If Ricochet thought that he was going to be treated better in AEW than he was in WWE, he's severely wrong. So Ricochet tweeted out this. Y'all looking at it wrong. That's the homies. They ain't beat me up. Did they? They're just looking out for me. They like me. So now he's the loser kid at school that thinks the bullies like him. That think, oh no, beating me up is initiation. Beating me up and treating me like a piece of shit is their way of saying they like me. We're cool. They the homies. Ricochet looks like the biggest fucking dweeb, goob, geek. If this is the route they're going with Ricochet, this is lower than what he was in WWE. Like Ricochet was slotted of, you're never going to be higher than the IC title. You won it once, but you won it as a transitional champion. But you're never going to be higher than that. And you're really just going to be the guy that's going to give guys at that level really good matches. Well, that's what he's already been in AEW. And now with this tonight, he's even lower. He's like, and I don't want to say it, the way he was acting tonight is like Dark Order level of bullshit. Like John Silver level bullshit. Like, you should be on fucking BTE running them dumbass skits kind of bullshit. That's what this character came off as. Dumb. Sucked. What didn't suck? Oh, fucking Shelton Benjamin and the Beast Mortos. Everyone was so excited for this match, and they delivered. They delivered. Shelton Benjamin, who is, I want to say 49 years old. Yeah, 49 years old. Don't look it. And don't act it. Man, is Shelton Benjamin just amazing. So MVP jumped on commentary for the first time in AEW, they said. Which I'm like, oh, really? I never realized that. So, basically, that was a loophole because no one's allowed to be at ringside for Continental Classic matches. But, like, Don Callis does this to stay out there with Kyle Fletcher. And so, like, MVP's like, oh, yeah, I can be out here and watch from ringside if I'm on commentary. But Benjamin hit a quick overhead throw, but Mortos responded with the head scissors. Mortos flipped out of a hip toss, wrenched at the ankle, and snapped back as he stayed in control in the corner. Mortos tried walking the ropes, but Benjamin crotched him and hit a pump knee, sending Mortos to the floor as they go to commercial break. When we return, Mortos hit a Lamistigal and got a near fall off of it as MVP talked about a procedure Benjamin had recently on his knee. Matt Menard asked if that was an excuse, and MVP told him to shut his mouth or I'll shut it for him. MVP also talked about how Shelton, in his older age, is still progressing and getting better, as Bobby and I have actually both been working on his grappling with him. And I'm like, wait, what, huh? Why would he need help on his grappling when he's a fucking amateur wrestler? I don't know. Whatever. I guess not wrestling grappling, but more like jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai kind of grappling, because that's where MVP and Bobby shine. They know all the mixed martial arts stuff. Anyways, Mortos hit a snap power slam as the fans started dueling chants for both men, and Mortos got a 2. Mortos then hit a top rope twisting senton for a close near fall, as Mortos wanted a spinning backbreaker, but Benjamin countered into a power slam for a double down. Mortos then sat up. We got an intense stare down until Mortos fired off multiple headbutts, but ran into a wild Benjamin thrust kick, a rolling German suplex from Benjamin, and the crowd got even more amped up for both men. Multiple step-up knees in the corner as Benjamin hit a T-bone suplex and pinned Mortos to pick up the victory. MVP called the T-bone the Hurt Fall. So I guess that's the new name for Shelton's finisher, the Hurt Fall. Post-match, Lashley and MVP returned to the ring as Lashley beat down Mortos in the corner until MVP told Benjamin to take him for a ride with more German suplexes. MVP said, "This is what Daniel Garcia has to look forward to on Saturday." Garcia's music hits and the TNT champion came out on the stage. He said he's not stupid. He knows what will happen to him if he goes into that ring right now. MVP agreed, saying he'd be stupid. But Garcia doesn't care. Mark Briscoe then joined him against the Hurt Syndicate, and the numbers were still, I guess it was even. I guess you could say it was even with Mortos, even though Mortos was kind of beat down. MVP cracks Briscoe, though, with his cane, as Lashley flattened Garcia with a spine buster, and Benjamin wiped out Briscoe with a thrust kick. MVP gave Benjamin the TNT title, and he held it up before draping it over the fallen Daniel Garcia. Crowd chanted, "We hurt people. We hurt people." And despite these guys being heels, they come off almost every week as the biggest babyface group in the entire company. Despite them being heels, they're beloved by the sickos. So Rampy gets backstage with Ricochet, who said he doesn't know what that was all about with the Hurt Syndicate. Everyone's gave me the card. They wanted me. That's beside the point. I got 6 points in the Continental Classic on Saturday. I'm going to step in the ring with one of the reasons I came here, Will Ospreay. Said he didn't come here just for Osprey, though. He came to AEW to shut people up and said that's why he's going to have his eyes on his next match. Ricochet made a cocky sound, which was kind of, he's like, or whatever. Turns around and there's Swerve Strickland and Prince Nana, and I'm just like, Ricochet, you're a goober. Ricochet, you're a comedy act now. Like, what the fuck is this? Makes some like doodle-doo noise or whatever it sounds. I don't even know. Strickland called him turd and said, I can't even, Rick, no, you're Trevor. And Ricochet goes, we're going real names now, aren't we, huh? We're going real names, huh? Saying that he hoped he would have changed when he came here to AEW. But all he sees is the old Trevor, a follower, someone who needs someone to tell him what to do. Ricochet said that he wondered how long it would take to hear the Swerve's House stuff and brought up Strickland failing to win the Continental Classic last year. Ricochet says, I will win it this year. Ricochet walks away cockily as Nana said, that's fine. At least they aren't bald. Make fun of him being bald. Even though him being bald got over a couple weeks ago in that Claudio match. So then we got a video with RJ City and Tony Storm. This was actually really good. And it's going back to the beginning of Timeless Tony Storm, when she was doing those videos with RJ City, and now Tony Storm is doing videos with RJ City. Basically what this is, and I could be wrong here, but I don't know if Tony Storm has amnesia or she went in a time machine. But basically, Tony Storm thinks that she's never been in AEW before. And she is here for the first time, meeting all these people for the first time, and gonna have a bunch of first time ever matches, and is over the moon excited. Over the moon excited. So it's called Tony Storm, Portrait of a Rock Star. RJ City is sitting in a hotel. Storm walks up. She shakes his hand. She says, it's nice to meet you. Storm has always been about the grind on the indies. So she can't believe she's actually made it to AEW. RJ brings up Storm being a 3-time women's champion, and Storm says, it's a little early to aim for that big of a goal, isn't it? But maybe one day. He then says, let me throw some names out to you. Saraya, legend. Mercedes Moné, iconic. Mariah May, one of the best today. RJ City grows frustrated and goes, what if I Timeless Tony Storm? And she says, RJ, no. It's about Tony time. Tony time, man, Tony time. And RJ City has RJ City do the devil horns. And he kind of just like, yeah, whatever. She gives him a big hug. And this was great. This was really good. Tony Storm is amazing. And it's like, we see this stuff that she's doing. The Timeless act, the now Amnesia act, I guess you would call it. It's like, why isn't this lady acting? Yes, she's in the new Mildred Burke Queen of the Ring movie. But why is this woman not an actress? She is so good. And maybe it's because she's good for pro wrestling. And when we see her with real actors, she may not be as good. I don't know. But the stuff she's doing here, and I was never a fan of the timeless Toni Storm gimmick and stuff, but I always respected the gimmick and respected the videos that she put out because I knew she was doing some great work. I didn't like the gimmick. Oh, I'm a 1920s actress from back in the day, whatever it was. I never liked the gimmick, but I respected what Toni Storm was doing. So we're going to get another one of these because I'm not going to give it a name. They only give us one. So we had Darby Allin versus Will Ospreay. Oh my God. Great match, but it was just like, why? Why are you doing this to your body? Why? And I already bitched and moaned about it, so I'm not going to really do more, but it's just like, when Darby's doing some of these moves, it pulls me away and takes my enjoyment because I don't want to see guys go out here and just have to do these car crash moves. I want to see guys go out here and have athletic, great competitions, I guess you would say. So we're like a minute into this, and we're already getting holy shit and dueling chants from the crowd as they lock up. And I'm like, holy shit chants. They haven't even done anything but a lockup. What the fuck? What the fuck? Anyways, there's a high spinning arm drag from Allin early on, but Osprey flips right out to his feet. Osprey kicked out of a roll-up, and Allin sprung into a crossbody into a stalemate. Allin got a drop kick in the corner and then scaled the ropes. Osprey leveled him clear to the floor, though. The crowd was on their feet as Osprey missed a slingshot dive, and Allin was there for a charging low dive. Osprey then rolled to the apron as Allin went for a coffin drop, but Osprey moved, and Allin violently, literally, it looked like spine to edge. Oh, yeah, no. And the sound that it made was just even worse. As we come back from a commercial break, Allin has somehow recovered, even though he hit his spine on the, I can't. I wrote, even though he hit his spine, almost paralyzing himself, he's still running wild like a crazy person. Anyways, here's a float over stunner. There's a double down. Allin went to the top, but again was cut off. Osprey hit a cheeky Nando's kick. Osprey was up top now and rolled through a leap of faith. Allin tried to code red, but Osprey flipped him over into a hidden blade. Osprey wanted the Stormbreaker, but Allin, this time, flipped into a picture-perfect code red, got a 2 off of it. Great sequence. Two then slug it out. There's chops and forearms and just all kinds of shots here as Allin would not go down. He spun into a Mystical and got a close 2 off of it. Osprey then sprung up from an Os cutter, but Allin sidestepped into a springboard coffin drop for a 2. He climbed to the top, and Allin wanted a superplex to the outside. But Osprey was like, no, we ain't doing that move, bruv. We ain't doing that, bruv. He kicked Allen's leg and hit a Styles Clash from the apron to the floor. Osprey sold his knee and rolled into the ring, opting to try and get a count-out victory as the crowd was chanting, quote, "You killed Darby. You killed Darby." Allin did break it at the 9, but rolled into an Os cutter for a 2. Osprey wanted a Stormbreaker, but Allin spun out into a Scorpion Death Drop. Allin then limped to the corner and up the ropes and hit a coffin drop. Wanted another, hit it, and pinned Will Ospreay. Yes, Darby pinned Will Ospreay. Not the victory. He is now at 6 points. Ospreay stays at 6 points. And there we go. God dang. Didn't expect that one. I thought Ospreay wins for sure. So the Death Riders make their entrance right after Allin was declared victor. And they're out here for their main event as Claudio kind of just stared at Darby because they're going to have a match in the Gold League next. Not next tonight, but like I think it's next week they said maybe. Yeah. Next week on the 25th. Claudio Castagnoli. No. Not next week. Saturday. Collision. So then we have our main event. It's a 6-man tag team match. It was all just a big storyline schmoz party match deal. Nothing special, I would say. Kind of what you would expect. 3 guys that don't like each other have to team against the team that's killing everybody. And yeah. It's the Death Riders against Orange Cassidy, Switchblade, and Jay White. Basically, Switchblade and Jay White can't get along so bad that Orange gets killed. And why do we care about Orange anyways? He's already been killed. And every time he tries to go up against the Death Riders, they overpower him and beat his ass down, and someone's got to come save him. Why the fuck should we care about Orange Cassidy being a top guy against these guys? We shouldn't. We really shouldn't. Page demands Moxley early on. When he saw Yuta starting the match, he's like, I no. So it was Claudio and Yuta to start things off. Not Claudio, I mean Cassidy and Yuta to start things off. Cassidy wiped out Pac and Yuta with a dive before Moxley met him with a thrust chop. Right to the throat. I call that a chop drop. Moxley then made the tag. Wanted a Gotch pile driver, but Cassidy escaped into a breach break. White and Page then both begged for tags, as White ultimately pulled his. Literally, he was like, out there, tag me. And then as he went to tag him, boop, he walked away. Like, what? So Page made it in, ran wild for a moment. Page stopped Moxley as Shafir stood in his way. This allowed Yuta to attack from behind. Back inside the ring, Page leveled Yuta with a discus lariat before sending him into the corner, demanding Moxley make the tag. White made the blind tag, which pissed Page off so much that he was left, went to the back, said, I'm done. I'm over this match. Fuck it. Moxley tried to attack him from behind. White nearly got the Blade Runner, but Moxley escaped and hit a pile driver into a commercial break. Now it's 3-on-2 handicap. White managed to battle back on his own after the break as Cassidy was still down. Pat cut off the momentum with a spinning neck breaker on the ropes as he followed this up with a... He followed this up with an attack that was sidestepped by White, and he gave him a drop kick and turned Pac inside out with a lariat and a cutthroat suplex. Castagnoli then briefly ran some distraction, allowing Pac to hit the bounce back German suplex. Moxley made the tag, and White flattened him with a cutthroat suplex before falling back into Cassidy's tag. There's the little kicks that ramped up as Moxley swung and missed the lariat, with Cassidy spiking him with a spinning DDT. Yuta was in, blocked the Stun Dog Millionaire into a German suplex. White then was back in, hit another cutthroat suplex on Yuta, and Cassidy at Pac with the superplex. It's come down to the closing moments of the match. Cassidy wanted the orange punch, but Moxley was there to dodge it into a cutter. Hangman then all of a sudden sprinted back down to the ring and wanted a buckshot, but Cassidy instead hit an orange punch. Yuta was in and hit a Stun Dog Millionaire, and it looked like Page wanted a buckshot on Cassidy, who ducked, and Yuta took the shot. Pac was then in, but White took him out with a Blade Runner as he and Page started to argue. Cassidy then went to join them, but Moxley kind of just rolled him up and pinned him. What a fucking dumbass finish. The baby faces argue, so Moxley just grabs one of them and pins him. Commentary then said, they got no one to blame but themselves. If they want any chance of winning at World's End, they'll need to shape up. What do you mean, shape up? They're not a team at World's End. It's every man for himself in this preposterous, dumb fucking four-way. Like, shouldn't be a four-way, that's for sure. Because A, Orange has already lost and got his ass beat how many times? Hangman is on a losing streak to Jay White. So if anybody, I guess you could say, deserves-ish a shot, it's Jay White. It's Jay White. But for this to be a four-way, it's just like, what are we doing? What kind of sense does this make? Moxley was just like, oh, you guys want me, you can all have me at once. Yeah, that was it. Nothing special. And I don't think this main event is going to be much special. Like, there's some interesting things on the World's End pay-per-view, but most of it just feels like, oh, it's a stopgap. Oh, this is just a show we're going to do. Like, there could be some really good matches, but storyline-wise, there's almost nothing that's got me interested in World's End. There's almost nothing storyline-wise that has me going, I need to see that. I need to see that. That's interesting. And that's not a good thing. That is not what you want going into a pay-per-view. It's not just another special episode of Dynamite Collision. or Rampage, even though Rampage is gone in 2 weeks. It is a pay-per-view that you're charging people $50 to watch. But when you have stuff on there, and I'm not the only one to say this, Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez have said this already over the last 2 weeks. They don't have anything really compelling storyline-wise for this pay-per-view. You want to know what is going to happen and what is happening? WWE in the same city on the same night is outdrawing the pay-per-view for a house show right now. At least when I last looked 2 days ago. Let's go see what WrestleTix has really fast. Hold on, let me double check on this. So as of when I looked last 2 days ago, WWE had 1,000 more tickets sold for their house show in Orlando than the pay-per-view for AEW. WrestleTix. Let me see if they've got any updates. We need 28th, 27, 29, 26. We're on the 30th. NXT. See if we can find it. Orlando. Because last I said, last I saw, okay, here we go. AEW World's End as of 2 days ago. So this is still 2 days ago. Show was set up for $59.43, and out right now was $50.70. WWE in the same city on the same night. Let me see. Yeah, keep scrolling. Hold on. Why is this different? Okay, never mind. No. I cannot find it now. Let me do something. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let's go advanced search. Let's go for WrestleTix. Oh boy. Oh no, never mind. That's for last year. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So it's about even right now, actually. I looked at it wrong. I was looking at what it's set up for. So AEW show is set up for 5,943, which basically is 6,000. WWE show is set up for 7,051. Currently, AEW has sold 5,070 tickets. WWE has sold right about 5,000. So they're about even, actually. I was looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at the current setup when I looked at it originally, but still, for WWE to basically sell the same amount of tickets for a house show where you got a pay-per-view, that ain't good. That shows that the interest is down. The pay-per-view should be outdrawing the house show. Pretty big. And it's not. So, yeah. That ain't good. Boo-boo. Wait, hold on. Wait, nope, I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay, no, I was right. I looked at the wrong one. WWE has 2 shows on the 28th. I didn't realize that. Okay, scratch that. AEW Dynamite has World's End set up for 5,943 seats. 5,070 seats are out, distributed. WWE in Orlando is set up for 9,100 137 seats and has distributed 6,828. I didn't look at it wrong. Okay. There we go. Boom. Almost 2,000 tickets more. That's 1,800 tickets more WWE has distributed for their live event than the AEW pay-per-view. When I say there's not much storyline interest in this show, I'm not the only one. Again, Meltzer has said it recently. Brian Alvarez has said it recently. And the fans are showing that they'd rather go see WWE for a live event than an AEW pay-per-view. I mean, the best example we can give is Australia. They tried to sell out a soccer stadium in Australia and had to move it to a small little venue because the interest wasn't there. Again, tried to sell a stadium in Australia, and it bombed. But with that, it was just a good show. Easy to watch, I will say. Good. AEW Dynamite, not great. If I voted, I'd say it was just all right. Now, speaking of the votes, let's get this poll up here on Twitch. Let's get the Twitch poll up. What did you think of Dynamite? I liked it. It was all right. Didn't like it. Also, you guys notice once I put that troll in his place, he was gone for most of the stream. That's how he usually is. Comes in, talks a little shit for about a minute or two. I cut him down and he's gone. But as far as the polls do go, we're looking here, the threads poll. Nope, I didn't do a threads poll. I thought I did. It didn't go. Threads have been having that issue where I'd post something and it doesn't fully want to post. So I'd have to like go back and repost it. But as far as the Twitter X poll does go, 52% liked the show, 26% thought it was just all right, and 21% didn't like the show. Looking at the YouTube community poll, 69% liked the show, 19% thought it was just all right, and 12% didn't like it. Looking at the YouTube live poll, 81% liked the show, 12% thought it was just all right, and 7% didn't like it. And it looks like nobody's voting on Twitch. With that, guys, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and whoa. People are voting on Twitch now. Liked it. People voting liked it. But with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. With that, guys, have a great rest of your night. The polls have evened out. It is now 50% I liked it, 50% it was just all right. Have a good one. We'll see you next time this Friday, actually.